My dear fabulous, energetic, enthusiastic friends, all of my viewers, welcome back. How are you, my dear friends? Every day we are encountered with this common question, how are you? And most of the time our answer is also common. I'm well. Very few times we used to give uncommon answers like I'm enjoying an amazing day. I'm expecting a very beautiful day. But really, if we ask ourselves, are we really well? I'm not really well. Because every day, when I surf the internet during my leisure hour, I come across an umpteen number of the negative news. There are drought, there are flood, there are natural disaster, and there are inflation, less growth, stagflation, the war, many things. And there are some financial fraud, bank fraud, and some funds embezzlement, the international border smuggling, cattle smuggling, the sand smuggling, coal scam, many things. All are the negative news. And I get very much disappointed when I come across this negative news. But today, I came across 3 positive news at least. This may not be significant to the common reader of the newspaper, but it caught my eyes. And really, I got very much happy having this news. And that is the reasons I couldn't resist myself to share those positive news amidst all this negative news. Let me share one by one. The first one, I got the positive news that Pune-based Serum Institute, this is the same Serum Institute which was known for the Covishield vaccination. They have initiated in making the vaccine for the cervical cancer in a different formula. And that's why I want to tell you that it's a matter of hope for all the poor patients who are suffering in this cervical cancer. There are about 174,000 of the patients in India. Every year they are suffering, and out of those there are hapless 77,000 of women. They are getting died. Because many times they found that it is not curable. It is in the very advanced state. Actually, the most common oncogenic and the high risk infection due to the HPV. HPV is human papillomavirus that is responsible for affecting the cervix. And you know, cervix is the mouth of uterus. And because of these, the uncontrollable growth of the tissue happens. And that is the reason behind this cancer. Out of total cases in the world, India contributes about 1/4 to 1/5 parts of the total affected people. And recently, it has got the concern of World Health Organization. In 2018, World Health Organization has announced that this type of cancer can be controlled, can be curbed, or can be eliminated as well. And that is the reasons it has taken on 17th of November 2020 by World Health Assembly some program that must be followed many countries. Out of those programs are that we should target 90% of the women from the age below 15. That means girl below 15 must have to be vaccinated. And at least 70% of the women whose age are from 35 to 45, they must be administered to the high performance test so that they can be detected. And if any case is detected, in case of the pre-cancer stage, we should give the treatment up to 90% of those affected patients. And by this way, World Health Organization has targeted to eliminate this type of cancer completely by 2030. It's a very optimistic target. Right now, vaccinations are there, and those vaccinations are imported. The name of those two vaccinations are very common in use of the cervical cancer is Gardasil and cervix. Okay. And these two vaccines are naturally very much expensive because those are imported. But if Pune Institute can develop this, can manufacture this, definitely it will be much cheaper in price. And the women of the third world country, as well as the Indian women, can be benefited a lot. Because this particular institute, Pune Serum Institute, has a track record of contributing to the world during the pandemic spread of COVID-19. And because of their contributions, it has curbed, it has controlled a lot throughout the world. Number two positive news is that some group of scientists in British Columbia University, they have successfully developed a compound which can eliminate the injection of insulin. And those compound which they developed, that can be taken orally in our stomach, and it will produce the same effect as insulin. Earlier, it was tested and it was believed that taking orally insulin will not be effective. And rather, it can be destructive sometimes because of the damaging of the digestive food enzyme or the hormones in the stomach. But is in this recent development, led by Indian origin scientist Dr. Anubhav Pratap Singh, they successfully found that compound which will be very much effective and helpful. They have already tested among the medically induced diabetic rats, and they are sure that 100% absorptions in the liver from the stomach is getting in an effective way for those rats. And they are expecting it will be effective for the human body as well. And that's why it's a very good news for the diabetes patient. There are 300 million of the patients throughout the world who are suffering from the diabetes. And out of this 300 million, 77 million is from India. And nearly 700,000 patients in India die. And that is because of the direct or the secondary effect of the kidney damage, liver damage, many of malfunctioning of the body parts. Those hapless people are dying. 1 on 6 people in India, they are dying because of this bad effect of the diabetes. In India, 77 million people are suffering from the diabetes. That means out of 1.4 billion, it comes around 1 in every 18 people suffering from the diabetes. If we can control their diabetes effectively, they will be benefited. But in India, unlike the outer world, Europe or America, it is predominantly the type 2 diabetes. And the type 2 diabetes happen because of the lifestyle change. and because of the tremendous pressure that we suffer in our professional life, and also because of the rapid urbanizations, the village people, they are losing day by day the natural working habit, and many people are suffering from the obesity. Those are the reason. So when for the type 2 diabetic patient also develop the uh, metformin resistance sometimes, in that time it is not very much effective for taking metformin. That's why doctors sometimes suggest to take insulin. And taking metformin also takes some time for secretion of the insulin from our pancreas. It takes nearly 2 to 4 hours. It's a very long period. And within this long period, there are chances of increasing the spike of sugar level in the blood. But in case of the injection, sugar level can be immediately down within the 30 minutes. And that oral pill successfully developed by the Columbia University scientists, that can be very much effective like the insulin as well. Apart from that, taking insulin every time by piercing in the lower abdomen near the belly button or in our thigh is very much painful every day, and it's the monotonous way. So we can avoid those painful piercing of the needle every time. Number three good news is that it comes from our kitchen. You know, our kitchen is a tremendous powerhouse of immunity and medicine. A lot of vegetables we are use, those are having a great medicinal value. And out of those medicines, let me name one common medicine which can be very much effective for the diabetes, and that is very common: onion bulb. One onion bulb. While cutting onion, the tears come in our eyes, and sometimes we curse onion, but it is very much beneficial. And because of this presence of the sulfur compound in the onion, it produces the tear, and it is the same sulfur compounds, sulfur methylene cysteine. It helps to curb, to lower our diabetes, our blood sugar. Apart from that, it helps to lower our cholesterol and control our cholesterol as well. So, my dear friend, out of total despair of the bad news, I have given you the silver lining in the clouds, the three good news, three positive news. My dear friend, stay awesome, stay happy, stay jovial, and always be healthy. Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, if you liked this video, don't forget to click the like button. And please subscribe the channel also. Your subscription always gives me inspiration. My dear friend, ladies and gentlemen, please subscribe and press the like button.